Hello, my name is Mandeep Singh and my student ID is 20173080. And today we are represent STT500 assessment number 3, which is a statistical case scenario analysis. Let's move to the first slide. As we show information regarding the numerical variable, continuous variable, discrete variable. As we show, like numerical variable are the variable which are in the numerical variable, also known as the quantitative variable. These types of variant are either in the form of discrete series or in the continuous series. Let's move to the second slide. As we show the second slide, information regarding the categorical variable. Categorical variable, nominal variable, ordinal variable. These are three kinds of variable. Nominal variables are the variable which shows the label, uh, shows the labels or any category and name without having any natural order. Or other, the ordinal variable are the variable which are in the order and the show relationship between the categorical statistics. Let's move to the another slide. This kind of the slides which is key finding of categorical data chart. It is a data which shows the flight, road and ship, count of the mode of the shipment according to 0 to 8000, count mode of shipment. As the show the categorical the most parcel of the consumer like to send with the ship per graph, and the least is the road and the flight both. And let's move to the another slide. It is the key finding of the numerical data. There are no relation between the count on the mode of shipment and the weight in gram. Most of the weight is 1800. It means the most of the shipment are from 1800 grams and the lowest are of 0 to 600. Explanations. As it shows the category and the numerical graph, there is a no relationship between both of the factors, so that it is the right to say that there is a big difference between both of the graph and the categorical representation of the discriminant data, as the graph is made on the basis of the category given as the data set. The data set series 1 and different kind of the variations in the both of the series. Thank you.
The next slide is hypothesis. Hypothesis is an assumption that, but the assumption should be based on some evidence. It is considered to be first step toward by any investigation. A hypothesis considered to be a scientific context. It is generally a test which shows that relationship between the variables. Hypothesis test. Null hypothesis. According to the null hypothesis is that price of average cost of the price is 207.228. Alternative hypothesis. As per the alternative hypothesis, where is a h is equal to 0 is that the average cost of product is 214.49. Result of t-testing. As per the result of t-testing is that hypothesis support the alternative hypothesis is so because the result of t-testing is negative. It means t-testing support the condition of alternative hypothesis, which is average cost of product is 214.49. The next slide is evaluation of simple linear regression. In the simple linear regression, the intercept is independent variable and customer rating is dependent variable. Why? Why is intercept the value of p is 0, which proves the intercept is fully independent, but the p value is x is not 0, but it is 0.16, which shows that x is not fully independent but a dependent variable. After reviewing all these, it is right to say that y has an impact of x. It is so because of the value of customer rating is not 0, but the impact of only 0.16, which is not much. So it is right to say that performance is good. As the p value is 0, intercept it means coefficient is not likely to be 0 and the dependent variable p value is 0.16, which means the independent variable by has very low impact on the dependent variable. The next slide is Graph explanation. As per the graph, it is right to say that most of the products are reached on time, as most of the parcels are sent by the shipment. There are only few products which are not reached on time, as it's possible that the products are sent to them by road or flight. By this graph, it is shown that customer rating is good as per the shipment done on time. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Navjot Kaur and my student ID is 20173039. This slide is about the valuation of simple linear regression. As the residual plot is half of for residuals and for the customer rating variables, it means the performance of regression is good as it met the assumption of linearity of simple linear regression. So it means the regression is right as it meet with one of the assumption regarding the regression, which is the linearity. As according to the this assumption, graph should be in front of in the form of straight line. Next slide is about the methods of selection of variables. For the selection of variables, the very first step which are taken is that the constant variables is chosen, which is also known as dependent variable, which in that case is intercept. In the second step, independent variable who are not impacted if there is change in dataset are chosen. Next slide is about simple linear regression model. Linear regression is statically method which are used to understand the relationship between any two variable like x and y. Linear relationship in the assumption linear relationship between the variable exist when the one variable is independent and the other one is dependent. For example, x is independent variable and y is dependent variable, then it is said that between x and y independence in the assumption of the residuals are independent. In time series data, there is no correlation exists between the consecutive residuals. Homos Homostaticity, the residuals need to have constant variance. It means the standard deviation and variance of residuals are constant for all the independent variable. Norm, uh, Normality model residuals are normally distributed. Normality will be distributed for any fixed variable like x and in the next slide, in the multiple linear regression, it is important that there should be a linear relationship between the outcome variable and the independent variable. The graph should be in front form of straight line. One of the assumption of the no multivariate normality is assumed that the variables which are independent are not highly correlated with others. It means they are not highly related with each other, as if this not happen, then in that case the regression will not perform well. The homostaticity states that the term of variance of error are similar across the value independent variables. Thank you.
My name is Manpreet and my student ID is 20173125. My topic of presentation is analysis of multiple linear regression. Multiple linear regression is nothing but a special technique which is usually used to identify and predict the outcome of the response variable by taking many companies variable. The main idea of the multiple linear regression is to model line relationship of linear regression of explanatory variable, which is known as independent variable. The next slide is multiple performance of evaluation of multiple linear regression. As in the simple linear regression, the p-value is 0, and in the multiple linear regression, p-value is less than 1, but not perfectly 0. So, by this is right to say that there is impact on the independent variable if the change will occur in the dependent variable, and in multilinear it is seen that as the value is not 0, the presented graph are in the position of linearity, which show that the data done is in an appropriate way. The next slide is conclusion. As after giving the answer of all the questions, many things are concluded, like most of the parcels are sent by ships and there are only few shipments which are sent by the road and flight. The main reason behind this is that the cost of flight is more as compared to the road and ship, and the price of road is fair but it takes time. From the help of numeric data chart, it is found that the weight of most of the parcel are 1800. There is only few shipments which have weight of 0 to 600. As after concluded the analysis of multiple linear regression, it is found that the data is not appropriate. It is so because the p-value is not 0 and it is opposite in the simple linear regression, as which the p-value of the intercept is 0. So from the test, it is found that the test support the alternatives as the value of T started is negative.